Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my own birthday dinner? So, a little backstory. I, 25F, and my husband Vernon, 36, have been married for 5 years. It was arranged by my grandfather and his uncle. We are not American, so it's common here. Vernon wasn't too thrilled about the marriage, and he made it very clear because he was already in a relationship with Felicity, 30s F. Long story short, Vernon, his family, and Felicity did the most to make my life hell, and my dumbass was stuck on the idea that one day he might change. About 3 years ago, I found out I was pregnant, and I was excited, but he wasn't. Given we only had a handful of times before that, he got it into his head that it wasn't his. The baby had complications, and I had to get a medical abortion. Not once did he or his family come to the hospital, and I guess that opened my eyes, and I just stopped caring. I ceased trying. I just stopped caring. Early last year, he suddenly started caring, coming home early, calling me, bringing me flowers. It was quite uncomfortable for me. Then he tells me that he's had a change of heart and wants to try to better our marriage because he's developed feelings for me. It's all fishy to me, honestly. I wouldn't trust this man as far as I can throw him. He's been doing these little things, and I just can't shake that there's a joke coming at my expense. Now on to the story. It was my birthday last weekend, and Vernon told me his family was hosting a birthday dinner for me. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, and the last time I was at his parents', they literally told me my baby's complications were my fault and kicked me out because Felicity was uncomfortable. Not to mention that they haven't apologized. They've just started acting friendly. I kept telling him no, and he kept insisting. He let it go, and I assumed that was that. I made plans and went out with my mom and cousins, and he starts calling me, asking where I am. I tell him, and he tells me that he's waiting for me. What? Long story short, his family is upset that I skipped because they apparently wanted to apologize so that we could move forward. Vernon keeps saying he understands why I did it, but has been apologizing for everything and nothing. Last night, Felicity called to cuss me out because they've left her high and dry, and Vernon wants nothing to do with her, so maybe they did want to apologize. I thought I was in the right, but now even my cousins are telling me I was wrong for skipping, so now I'm doubting myself. Relevant comments about OOP. Yes, I do work as a teacher. I don't make much, but since everything in the house is taken care of by Vernon, I've managed to save up a sustainable amount. I can leave, and there wouldn't be many consequences for myself. Nothing physical anyway. It's my family that would suffer because leaving would cause them to be shunned by the community. This means they won't be allowed in shops. They could starve, and people would watch them because their morals would be questioned. I'm looking into ways to take them with me to the next city. Birth control. Birth control isn't exactly a thing here because it defeats the whole populate the earth idea. So I only have one option, which I don't completely trust. We haven't had in a year, but I have it just in case. Why did his uncle arrange the marriage? I'm sorry. I don't know how to add an edit to the post, but yes, his uncle is the head of the family and doesn't like Felicity because she's not from our culture. Vernon didn't go against his uncle because it would lead to his shunning. Marrying me had benefits such as the house we live in and a piece of land in the farming areas, so I guess that was it. His uncle mentioned to the family that the only way the marriage would end was if I was to initiate it. I didn't know about any of this, and everything has started making more sense now. One last comment from OOP. Honestly, I don't understand the elders' reasoning behind our marriage. All I know is that I was of age to marry and had to marry before I was out of season. At the beginning, I truly believed we could work it out because that's how most of my relatives' marriages started out, and they are happy now. After I realized it was a lost cause, I couldn't leave because a divorce is unacceptable unless there is physical abuse. When F called me to cuss me out, she spilled the beans about the house being a benefit of the marriage and the uncle not liking her because she's not from our culture. I plan on asking V or the others for more information because I am in the dark, and it's killing me. I want to make a well-informed decision on my next step moving forward. At this point, I am only staying because I don't want my family to suffer the shame of me leaving. Edit. Wow. I wasn't expecting this to get as much attention as it has. I am overwhelmed and I'm sorry if I won't manage to reply to everyone. Thank you for your kind words and advice. Some more info on my family because I saw repeated questions in the comments. My family didn't know about most of what was going on. I chose not to tell them, but they still found out and are still willing to handle the effects of me leaving, but I can't let them do that. Everyone is happy, and this would disrupt their lives greatly. I can't bring myself to do that, especially to my little nieces. A few hours after I made the post, I decided to have a talk with Vernon after he came home from work. It went somewhat okay. I followed some advice in the comments about starting over on my terms. I asked him questions I needed answers to, and he gave me answers. I wasn't completely satisfied, but it's a start. I told him I would give our marriage a chance, but he had to know he was completely done with Felicity and would be fully committed to this. I told him to stop with the love bombing because it was making me uncomfortable. I made it clear I would absolutely not be having kids in the near future. I told him I was not ready to be his wife, and we would continue with separate rooms. Surprisingly, he agreed to all of this and said he wasn't a boy anymore, that he was getting older and needed to sort himself out and make things right. I asked if he had a change of heart because he wanted me to take care of him in his old age, and he said no. He said he realized Felicity isn't what he's always wanted and started seeing her manipulative, toxic ways. His words. He was willing to put the house entirely in my name, it's 40% mine, to show he was all in and wouldn't mess up if I gave us a second chance. He said he was willing to give me as much space as I needed. He said he'd talk with his family about me needing time and space and taking baby steps. Honestly, I don't know where this will go at this point. I don't know the direction we're headed, but I am willing to try so I can have a clear conscience. I've started making making a backup plan to leave, but that's in the worst case scenario. I'll update if anything significant happens. Update. Hey everyone. So a few things happened that I thought you all needed to know. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for your care and support. I never thought I'd cry after reading words, but you have no idea how much courage your kind words have given me. I told Vernon to go through with transferring the house into my name, and he did. I guess he knew he would be getting more money. So now I own the house. Nobody was telling me anything about the 180 change, so I decided to go to Felicity. I know it was foolish. She was the only one willing to provide me with any information since she's spiteful, and I believe I got what I needed. It's not much, but it's enough to cement my decision. Turns out, Felicity had her womb removed when she was younger, so she can't give Vernon children. The whole family found out and turned against her, and Uncle has been speaking of retiring, and Vernon has been at war with Uncle's sons to either take over the business or become one of the decision makers. A child would guarantee that he would receive a large sum of the company shares that would be in his name and the child's. Since Felicity couldn't give him a child, I was the solution. Felicity told me as much as she knew, and so I went to one of Vernon's cousins. I confronted him about what Felicity said, and after a heated exchange, he finally confirmed everything. I don't know why, but that hurt. Even though I knew it was too good to be true, I still held on to hope that maybe I was wrong. After the conversation, I decided to play along until I could get out. He completely cut off Felicity, and it's scary how much he's acting like she never existed. I put in a transfer to a city 12 hours away. My head teacher knows my situation and swore not to tell. I brought up moving to my family, and the majority of them said I'd be selfish if I did that, claiming their whole lives are here and all that. But honestly, I feel I should put myself first. I told them it was just a thought and that I would never do that. My mom and brother have been my biggest support system, and I am taking them with me. My cousin is moving with my little nieces to his wife's city. So that's that. I found a house where my mom, brother, 2 cousins, and I will stay. I listed this house for sale on a private auction page. This will cause a big blowout, but I won't be here. So LOL. I leave this place in about 40 days, and the most tiring thing is getting my affairs in order without raising suspicion. I refused to be intimate with Vernon and told him I wasn't ready. He assured me we would proceed at my pace, but I could see his frustration growing each day. Even though I am scared for myself and my family about what they will do when they find out, I've decided to leave, and I am not changing my mind. I'm still young, and I honestly don't want to end up like my mother, in a loveless marriage with a cheating alcoholic. It took the words of internet strangers for me to realize that, and I am so grateful. I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I'll update if anything changes. Oopie's response to me when asked if it was okay for me to post her story. Hello, thank you so much for your care and support. So far we are safe, and everything is going according to plan. I would like for the post to stay up because I want my story to be out there. If anything happens to me, I want everyone to know. Update. Hello again. I didn't think I would be making an update this soon, but I messed up big time. I've never been so scared in my life. A few days after I made the last update, my sister-in-law found the post and showed it to Vernon. I knew my time was up, and I had to make a move, so I let my mom and brother know we had to be ready to leave at any moment. Vernon was not happy, and he made it very clear. He told me we were to have a family meeting the next day, and I just knew we had to get out. When he went to attend evening prayers, I gathered all the important belongings I had and told my mom and brother to get ready because we had to leave. I gave them the information they needed to leave in case I didn't make it. We had the meeting in the afternoon, and it wasn't pretty. The uncle came, and he was angry that I brought shame to the family with my actions, and everyone took that as a green light. I ended up with a split lip, a dislocated shoulder, and a few broken ribs, but at least I didn't go down without a fight. Looking back, I feel proud of myself. I spoke up for myself. I defended myself and the people I love. I honestly thought I wasn't going to come out alive. I couldn't breathe properly. I couldn't move. For a while, I just thought of killing myself because I was in so much pain, but my mom and brother managed to get me out. I don't know how. I don't remember a lot because my memory became foggy, but I got out and I'm alive. We reached our new home. My family is still adjusting, and I am still healing. I hope I heal in time to start working. We are safe, even though I am scared that they might find us. I am relieved. I feel free. I just thought I'd let everyone know how I am doing. A lot has happened in so little time. Sometimes I feel like it's a dream and I'll snap back to reality. I won't say much, and I don't think I'll make more posts after this one. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone who supported me. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for making me realize that I deserved more, that I am worth more. To all the women that shared their stories with me, you all gave me the courage that I needed to stand up for myself. No words can ever express my gratitude to you, internet strangers. Also, thank you to the gentleman who asked me out to lunch, LOL. Grace, I know you'll see this. I don't hate you. Just know that you're a woman and you'll also get married, but I hope your husband's family doesn't treat you the way you treated me. I wish I could be there to see the look on all your faces when the new owner of the house comes and kicks your beloved brother out of his palace. I wish you everything you deserve in all your future endeavors. If I've left any information, please let me know.